John Luke over here to have a chat and talk about the exciting things that's happening right now. Let's get him on here. Okay, roll this to the side. Here we are with John Luke. Stand over more closer to me here.
All right.
What do you think of that? There was a little bit of sneak peek we had here of what's happening with Ski-Doo and Can-Am and Lynx. Tell us what you're thinking about right now.
Well, you know what? I'm overwhelmed, to be honest with you, because I had some chats with some folks at BRP before to try to get anything out of them, and of course you can't. They're one of the best companies to keep secrets. They're absolutely unbelievable. But you know what I think many dealers were hoping for has happened today. We wanted a Rev Gen 5 platform that checks that box. Lots of new excitement. There's actually this I'll call it entry-level vehicle that will be very, very good for the sport, just to get some of those people, and we meet them every day. People that are looking to learn to ride, but you know, a 600, an 850, a 900, a turbo, maybe too much for them. So they want to get into the sport, but they'd like to kind of ease into it. So now we have a sled for that. Couple that with obviously a bunch of sleds for the kids, and dealers have been waiting for this. We really need to get the next generation into our sport to keep it alive, keep it good, and this is absolutely going to be the answer, which is great. On the Lynx side, I'm ecstatic. I knew the lineup had a lot of potential to grow, and this is just going to be absolutely stunning. So I think it'll be great. Super excited. Can-Am Off-Road as well earlier on, that actually checks a few boxes that we're missing. So in good old BRP fashion, you know, they keep on reinventing themselves. And here we go again. Just another season, and now we got one more year to wait.
That's
for
awesome.
The new stuff. Yeah.
That's awesome. Is there what's the feeling around the you know, there were some delays with chip shortages and stuff. Is there anything that they've done to actually eliminate that wait, or is it like, what's your thoughts on that? Like, how are we going to move forward from that?
This is challenging because this is not a BRP issue. It's not. It's a global issue.
It is.
I think if the average consumer out there may not quite understand how manufacturing really functions, but BRP has done, I'll tell you, an outstanding job at keeping us dealers up to date as much as they could. There's a lot of components, you know, it's in everything. It's in your Apple iPhone, it's in your TV, it's in your computers. All that stuff is, you know, delayed for a bunch of different reasons, microchips and a bunch of host of different things. But you know, I think what they'll end up doing is just, well, number one, they're delivering everything. They're delivering on the promise that they're producing 100% of the sleds, albeit delayed. But they're definitely committed to that, and they've said so from the very beginning. Whereas other manufacturers elected to cancel orders altogether,
That's
disappointing
right.
some customers. And we've seen these customers come right in here saying, "I just got my letter from X
Yeah.
other manufacturer, and what would you have available for us?" Right? So, in good BRP feel that they were true to their customers and their dealers, albeit again a little delayed.
Yeah.
And we're doing everything we can. Believe
Yeah.
me, like your dealer is trying to, you know, all the dealers out there are very good. We're all trying to give you the information. We want you to have your sled.
Absolutely.
It's important to us. So many of us have elected to take our demos and our own sleds at the end of the year, so we can help and make sure the customers are happy.
Yeah. Now, it's important to put a spring order in because that allows BRP to know exactly what parts they need, how many they need of that component, and get that production scheduled so you don't end up being left out in the cold, so to speak.
That's right. So, you know, we're doing it a little bit earlier even this year. I think it's about a week or 10 days earlier than last year. But it's important for a few reasons. Number one, if you want those special colors, if you want those special suspension, you know, models and such that are only available during spring order, you got to put it in as soon as possible. There will be an opportunity for you to change your mind if you want to kind of switch colors and different models. But the earlier you do it, the better. You know, Gary, we get a lot of people that come in September, October looking for that XRS package, or that free ride, and they don't understand why it's not available. And so there's a bit of education needed. And often it's people who have never purchased a brand new one, so they don't understand the process behind it all. But it is absolutely the best way to do it. All you need to do right now is put down a $500 deposit, select the sled you're interested in, and you know, kind of cross your fingers, dream a little bit, have a great summer, and hopefully it'll be here September, October. You do get to choose the promotion that you want, so it is attached to a special promotion, only available for that sled, and you do get to choose the time in which you'd like to be delivered. it's not for sure it will happen in that date, but at least you can specify August, September, October, November, December.
And is it kind of a first come first served basis where if you spring check early, does that mean you're going to get the sled earlier, or is it a personal preference thing?
Well, yeah, it's a great question, and a lot of people say I was the first one to put it in Canada. We had one of the customers showed up here and
awesome.
said that, and it may not be the first one built. The complexity around manufacturing does not mean the first order that they get. It's not like at the restaurant, at the restaurant where they grab your order and they put it up. It's just not like that, because there's components that need to arrive. They're sourced from different countries or many different other manufacturers. So BRP being a manufacturing company, they assemble it all together, right? So your order may be the very first one in a country and may get built the 50th. I'm not sure. But
that's right. Yeah.
In the end, it's not exactly how this works, but certainly putting your spring order ensures that you'll get the top of the line product, the most unique product, the best offer in terms of retail program that'll get you that. And on top of that, hopefully you'll be able to select a delivery date that suits you best.
Excellent. So you've been riding the new gauge, the 7.8-inch panoramic for this is 2 seasons now.
Yes.
What do you think of that new one that they gave us a sneak peek at a few minutes ago?
So as I was just it's funny you mentioned that, 'cause on the weekend I was riding a sled with the beautiful gauge. I like that gauge.
I do. I love it.
And I know you do too, because we talked about it. But so now here we go. There's an all new gauge coming out, and it's even better.
It is.
But you know what? I'm not surprised. BRP is pushing the limits. They are always thinking technology, better ride, lighter, more performance. They're always looking for new things that will make your ride more enjoyable, much more precise. And you see it today.
Yeah.
Lighter sleds, more technology. And you think, more stuff on it, it would be heavier. No, they find ways to make it more comfortable, much more dynamic. It's by far, the most exciting sled company out there. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, it is. I can't believe they've dropped the gauntlet this year. The competitors are going to have a tough time even getting close.
Yeah.
Because there's so many exciting things. What is your favorite today that you know about and that you can say before they reveal it on Facebook?
Yeah.
It's hard to pick, right?
It's difficult. Of course, as a dealer, I'm quite privileged to ride a little bit of everything we have. But for me, I think next year I'm definitely eyeing an 850 XRS Renegade. That'll be, I think, the one that I'll go with as my go-to.
Yeah.
There's no doubt I'm ordering another Lynx. I fell in love with the Ravia last year.
Right on.
And I'm ordering another one for sure. So those will be my go-to. I think I have a lot of people at home that will want the smaller stuff.
Yeah.
They'll be excited about it. And so, which is super good, because a lot of customers are asking us, what's coming out for the young kids. We do want, them to ride with us, but having them on the second seat is not always an option. And this really introduces them at a lower horsepower. So I'm excited about that. It's going to bring a new generation of sledders, because guys like you and I, you know what, in a few years, hopefully a lot of years, but, we need some people to take over.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, we do, definitely. And get involved in the clubs. They mentioned about the pledge too. Yes. And they're still supporting taking the pledge, and I love that.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see more from BRP on that. And it's not only in Ski-Doo and snowmobiles, it's in every aspect of everything we do, whether it's you're riding on the water with your Sea-Doo, your Alumacraft fishing boat, your Manitou pontoon, your off-road or your on-road, and of course on the snow with Ski-Doo and Lynx. I really believe that BRP is getting behind this, because they see just how much Powersport has exploded. Therefore, there are more people on the water, in the trails, and so on. So we need to make sure that we educate. And that I think you'll see a lot more around educating people. Make sure that they do it right. Yeah, there are some rules out there. So
better riders, safer riding, all that. It's nice. I love it.
For all of us to keep on enjoying our trails, we don't want to lose those trails. I think farmers, landowners have landed, for a short period of time their properties. We need to respect that. I think it's important.
Absolutely. I'm involved in a local club, and we try and keep everybody as informed as possible with staying on trail, respecting landowners. We've added more signage this year that we paid for out of pocket, and actually had some volunteers donate the signage. So we're well represented because we want to preserve the sport for years to come. So I like to see BRP do that. It's a really good thing, and it kind of ties in with the gauge and the maps. And they did mention a new BRP Go update, so I'm looking forward to that because I'm blown away by the old BRP Go, man. Like, I was a skeptical guy through the summer playing around with the app, and then when I finally get it on a snowmobile and the changes they made is just, it's unreal, man. Like,
and it's amazing. I mean, like, and the partnership with the WFSC has been really good this year. So I would think that the enhancements will be even that much better. So it does make your ride that much closer to almost perfect.
Yeah,
you know where you're going, you know where your friends are, because you can actually map them. You know exactly where they're going. And know where to find gas and lodging and food. So it's outstanding. And so there's just so much more. Hopefully you got a chance to take a look at the new helmets.
I just seen the glimpse of the EXO I think that's really cool.
Yeah, the EXO and the Pyra. For those that like the snowcross style.
Exactly.
There's electric goggles that'll be available. They'll plug into your visor or E-Link. Again, more technology. The technology in the high-tech clothing that it came out with is unbelievable.
Yeah,
the number of SKUs you'll see. I mean, I had the opportunity to be for a 2-hour show and like a detail show of everything, not only Ski-Doo but Lynx. It just absolutely, I was absolutely baffled. I could not believe it.
Do you know the price point of the helmets yet, or is that something they'll tell the fans on the Facebook?
Well, you're going to see it, and I don't want to spill the beans too much, but you're going to see it very, very shortly because it is at 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock, respectively. So by, I think, 4 o'clock today, everything should be on the website.
Nice.
By that time, probably Ski-Doo first and Lynx second. But you'll see it's very much aligned with what we have today. So, for example, there's a new oxygen helmet. It's the same shape and everything, but it's just a new model. I don't want to.
Okay, we'll look for that one.
I don't want to blow a surprise, but so there's a new of that. The Exome it replaces BVS in the modular. Kind of a combination of the two.
Yeah, it's nice. Flips up. It's got a visor on it. It's really good.
The airflow, the weight is lighter. So from a comfort point of view, at the end of the day, your neck kind of hurts from having a helmet. So this is much lighter. And again, taking from some of the cues and qualities of oxygen in terms of visibility, comfort, and style. So it's got it all. And then the Pyra is a snowcross, which is super, super light. It looks really sharp.
And they're pitching them as dual purpose or as a crossover helmet.
Correct.
So you can use them not only for snowmobiles but also ATVs and the side-by-side world, which I think is a really clever way to do it.
Yeah, a lot of our customers, they snowmobile it in the winter, of course, and but they're also avid ATV enthusiasts.
Yeah.
So instead of having to buy two, one that is branded Ski-Doo, there's a lot of guys that don't want to wear a Ski-Doo helmet in the summer. They want to see Can-Am on it. So by going with models that are literally crossover.
Yeah, that's right. They're unbranded.
Multi-purpose, exactly.
Yeah.
So that'll be a significant advantage. Because again, a lot of customers ride multiple of our products. That's
right too. Well, that's the thing with the oxygen wraps that I do. I do a lot for Polaris and for Yamaha and other brands. So if they don't have the BRP or the Ski-Doo label on them, then it helps out everybody down the road.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, that's great. It's pretty exciting. I can't wait for everybody to see the stuff that's happening with BRP, Ski-Doo, Can-Am, and Lynx. Lynx has the new gauge as well. Yeah. I think that's dynamite.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I mean, they're really knocked it out of the park. They hit a grand slam. This reminds me of the year that Gen 4 came out. The oxygen helmet came out. It's just like a 1-2 punch. Last year they delivered a couple of new models, but this year they just stepped up the game so much. And I know there's some comments about the light and. Don't look at the mountain sled because that's got a different headlight system on it.
It does.
You got to check out the pictures of the Blizzard and the MXZ lineup because it's a dual stacking headlight. And honestly, I think it looks dynamite. It's a beautiful light.
Yeah, I think they look really good. You got to remember one thing, and this is what often people don't quite realize, but the designers and engineers at BRP, they have chats, the real hard discussions with the riders for the purpose of their ride. Yeah. They try to design around that to make sure that it's a good fit. So oftentimes when you see design, you kind of wonder why they did it a certain way. Well, there's an intent always. There's a purpose behind it all, always.
Yep.
And I agree with you. I think the new LED lights are stunning. A lot of customers have been asking for that.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
So this is going to be really good. It's a game changer for us. And again, keeping BRP, Ski-Doo, and Lynx ahead of the curve.
Yeah. Now, did they talk about smart shocks at all? Like, that's something that everybody I talk to with smart shocks loves it.
Yeah.
That when you have the module and those smart shocks are working, there's no substitute for them. Is that something they've talked about? Are they going to bring that across the platform, or is that something to come? Have you not known about that yet?
So it definitely is going to be on the spring orders only. I will take a look at the table. People don't realize there are hundreds of models between color, suspension, the X, the XRS, and all these packages. So we'll take a look at it and see where it'll fit. But you're right. Everybody that has been riding smart shocks has absolutely been blown away by the difference, from Sport Plus to Sport to Comfort.
Yeah.
It's a game changer. So for people, whether you're on a lake on a hard straight surface, that Sport Plus is amazing.
Yeah.
On the Mach Z, for example.
Yeah.
If you well studded in the back, it's going like a bullet.
Nice.
Whereas perhaps if you're in a bit of bumps, at the end of the day, when the washboard starts to appear on the trails, the Comfort is where it's at.
Yeah, I know. I rode Corey's on Comfort Plus, and I go, as an old guy, I'd leave it here. It's such a good ride, but I stand up a lot, so you can put it into Sport and rail corners standing up. It compensates for the higher center of gravity. It's just I didn't think they'd work that good, and they really do. I have a question here. Have they released the 20? This is from Grim Reaper. He says, have they released the 2023 Lynx colors and changes?
Well, I'll tell you, I have it here on my phone, so I can just, if you want to keep talking, I'll see if I can take at it.
You look up, some of the changes that we've seen is it's got a little different body style to it. They've also got the premium gauge now, the with the mapping and everything on the Lynx, and it's a new gauge that you're going to see on the Ski-Doo line, same gauge as on the Lynx now, and an updated BRP Go, which they're going to be releasing details on. So it's the Lynx lineup's kind of stepped up its game very, very much, and complete lineup, including a children's model in Lynx, is available. So they're 200 cc's, I believe, or are they 120?
There's 120 and 200.
There's a 120 and a 200 cc, not only in Lynx, but there's also in the Ski-Doo lineup as well, which is really cool.
So I'm looking around here. So the Rave looks to be red for now. The X-Terrain, Viper Red, looks like Viper Red maybe. Again, I'm just kind of going by what I see right now. Maybe a little bit early to give you some full details, because I'm just looking at the what was released.
It is at 3 p.m., correct?
Around 3 p.m. You'll see the launch. I mean, you did see that one that was blue and black. It looks absolutely stunning.
It does.
A little bit more utility, but definitely a really stunning looking sled for sure.
Yeah.
I think it'll give some of the utility sleds on the Ski-Doo side a run for their money for sure.
Nice. Yeah. And you've had a chance to put some seat time on a Lynx as well. What do you think?
Yeah, so when we first got the Lynx last year, we quickly assembled and I think within 2 hours I was on the trails with you. So I really liked it then. I got some seat time, probably, I don't know, no more than 200 kilometers last year on it.
Yeah.
This year I put a lot more Ks on it and made some adjustments along the way.
Nice.
Last year when we dropped it off, you remember Adam Furlong made some adjustments on the trail with whatever we knew about it, which was very little.
Yeah.
And so this year, the techs here, we made a couple of changes. All stock from Lynx. We didn't put any aftermarket anything.
Nice.
And it certainly is. It's a great sled. I love it quite a bit. I know Neil Owen, one of our customers.
Yeah. We talked to him earlier. He had trouble getting off it. Yeah.
Yeah. He loves it.
Yeah. He had John at Accelerated take a look at it, and he says he's hard to get off of it. He says so.
It's funny. You know what? He wasn't sure when, and because he also ordered another
Mach Z
as well, and so which one would you like best? They're such different sleds.
They're
two different purpose. But he came back and he says, if there was a sled that was built for me, that I feel the manufacturer listened to me and me only, it's the Lynx.
Yeah.
He says it feels like it fits like a glove to me, to my style of riding, and so I'm super happy for him. No, don't know whether or not he'll trade it in for a new one.
Oh, I think he will.
See.
I seen his reaction when they showed the gauge, and he was like,
"Oh, the gauge! Yeah, the gauge is a game changer for sure. I mean, it's going to be a game changer for sure." So we're super excited. It's going to be another good day.
Yeah,
we are well over 50% of what we have for sale.
Nice,
already pre-sold. It's amazing.
Nice, that's awesome.
So we've been working on it. A lot of people are reserving their spot, and so as we were in the presentation today, some people are texting me, so what color?
That's awesome.
I have Gen 5 ? LEDs ?
Yeah.
And so we have the boys are going to be busy with spring orders today.
I bet. I seen the sales guys taking notes. So that's one thing I like about the energy sales guys is they're well educated. So they were writing down notes like crazy. So I think that they're probably on the computer right now doing more research, and they'll have the answer. So what's the phone number if people want to get more information?
Yeah, give us a call at 905-901-5500, and or you can send us an email at info@energypowersports.ca.
Energypowersports.ca. Check them out online and shoot them a message, and they'll get back to you. They're fast to respond, and if you're looking for parts and you're not in the Oakville area, their shipping is amazing, man.
Across the country.
Yeah. And I couldn't believe I needed a part a few weeks ago, and it came like that. So I was really impressed. I was the next day, and a knock on my door, and it's like, what? That's crazy.
Didn't even have to get out of your.
No, I didn't. I was still in my PJs. I literally was still in my PJs.
Awesome.
So yeah. So will this be the same live continuous feed for the Lynx release? Yeah, I'm going to keep this thing rolling the whole time I'm here. I hear the sound's really good. So as the Facebook feed starts ramping up again, I'll bring it back on screen, and away we go. It looks like it is there, so I'll just make it live again and get this shared so you guys can see it. But
all right, you ready? Okay. We'll see you later. See you, John.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
there we go there. So, well, it looks like it's hanging up a bit on me, but we'll wait till it starts to spool, and then we can talk about the new models as they're released.
Yeah. What did you think?
I love it.
Curious to hear your feedback.
To be honest, last year I was a little, there was nothing really that appealed to me to the certain point. We already knew the Lynx was out, right? Well, actually we didn't. We heard wind that it was coming. The Mach Z was definitely a surprise, but then there was really nothing else. And then this year, I'm excited. Like what I'm seeing, I love the look of it. Yeah. It's got that XS. It's kind of the Ski-Doo lineup's kind of a cross between the Rev XS and a Lynx Rave. But it's better. I love the headlights. I love the dash. I think everything about it is really good. And we're going to be talking about selling my sled now.
Oh, okay. I feel a trade-in coming in. We're going to have to take the stickers off.
If anyone's looking, I kept the old hood, so it's going to come back.
You're going to retire
exactly.
It's
nice. Yeah. Now it won't fit on the new one, but
it won't.
It'll look even better with those headlights. I'm
sure.
You know what?
So to me, last year, I'll tell you, it was arguably for me as a dealer. You got to remember, you as a rider, if you're a trail rider.
I'm a trail rider. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, for us as dealers, we got to look at the bigger picture. But last year, they introduced an Edge, which was obviously a unit that appealed to a different category of people up in the mountain. We have a lot of people that actually purchase Summits here.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. I must have 5 to 10 customers that I know of. They come and pick up their Summits with the big lugs in the back, and they head out west.
Yeah,
2,
that's
3,
right.
4 times.
A
year, and because it's the type of riding they like to do, or they go, some places in Quebec. But so they did that last year. The Lynx, the Mach Z, the Smart Shocks.
Yeah, Smart Shocks was dynamite too. That did blow me away. But this year there seems to be more for the average guy and the families, right?
Like,
like to come out with a kids line of sleds. That's a game changer. Then you get into the stuff that I like, the trail models, and they've done it. They put the LED lights on there, and you guys know I'm a proponent of LED lighting, but I like what they did with this and that new gauge. Like you're going to see more videos coming out of me and my passion for this gauge that's on it now. But this new gauge is next level.
Yeah.
And if they could improve on BRP Go, I can't wait to see what they're doing with it, because if you've not used it yet, even used it on your phone, when it's on the dash of your sled, it's something else. Katie Ivaska says, are Smart Shocks going to be available on the XRS again?
I believe so. So again, I think Katie, good question. Go to my phone once again. I apologize for having to do that, but this is just so we can give you the best answers we can. And let's see. Yeah, it will be available. So I see it right now. I see the colors. This is actually a fresh document I just received from our rep at BRP. So we're seeing that on the spring orders again only. So it's available across on every model, but it definitely is available. And I see the
on the
LCD
XRS
display quite a bit. Yeah, so definitely XRS. It looks like it's also available on the MXZ, Renegade.
MXZ's going to be available on. That's great. Renegade, yeah, love it.
It looks to be only XRS, not X. For those, I know some people were asking before. So yeah, backcountry. Is it getting Smart Shocks? No, not that one. Yeah.
And someone asked it. They heard they added a 4th motor mount to the Summit 850 Turbo R.
That's right.
Is that's true?
That's
okay,
true. Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah, and a lot less vibration all around.
Okay.
So with a 4th mount, so that's going to be. I'm not sure our techs will love it, because it's going to be one more to undo, but hopefully we won't have to do that.
Yeah.
But in those cases, sometimes accidents do happen, and yeah. But I think ultimately for the rider, it'll be a significant plus for sure.
Yeah, great.
Huge advantage.
Oh, I was wrong. The Lynx only has a 7.2 gauge, but someone says the Shredder gets the 10H gauge. You're right. I'm just going by what I heard on the presentation. Backcountry stays Gen 4. Someone says, is that true? Do you know that?
It doesn't say on that. It's on small iPhone, but this is how secretive everything is. A lot of people think that dealers know stuff ahead of time.
Yeah.
We really don't. Today is the first information download we got.
That's awesome.
And, so what needs to happen now, from now until the end of the afternoon and early evening, is we get into some rooms. We get to ask questions to experts. In fact, there'll be a presentation on Ski-Doo later on today, so we'll be watching that with our team as well. So exciting stuff happening for sure. I think 3 o'clock. What time do you got right now? 2:34.
2:34. Yeah.
3 o'clock is the Lynx, if I'm not mistaken.
It doesn't look like there's anything happening right now, or my feed's frozen on the Facebook Live. So it just might be their bandwidth is
Could be.
too heavily populated right now.
Yeah.
Because it's not. I'm just looking here online. It doesn't look like anything's showing up. So, it looks like something's starting to play.
There we go.
Put that on there again.
Outstanding. We got some other question. Is the Turbo R only available in the Summit models? Available in the 850 models? It is not trail for sure. So if your question, Katie, is whether or not it's for trail, it is not. It's for the mountain. The idea behind the Turbo obviously is to try to sustain the number of horsepower you got at that capacity, elevation. That's the whole idea behind it. And
but they did come out with a 4-stroke turbo in the Lynx. Is that right? It's a 900R. Yep. Perfect.
Yeah, so that would be technology very similar to the Mach Z.
Yeah, right? Excellent. And when will the build site for the 2023 be up and running?
It should be momentarily, guys. So at around 1 o'clock today, we were monitoring it as well, just in case.
Yeah, nice.
And they took the site down, so that obviously they could upload everything. So it should be momentarily. Have a look right now. I wouldn't be surprised that it's up for Ski-Doo. Let's kind of myself see. Are you there as well?
Yeah, here I can
talk about live TV, eh? Skidoo.com. Yeah. And let's go to models real quick. Looks like the new models are up, guys. Yeah, all the 23s are
nice.
There. Yeah,
nice.
That's exciting.
Yeah, like they're
that Neo, I think is going to be outstanding. These are U.S. prices. I think what you're looking at. But this is great. This is the sled. Kids are very important, of course, but kids don't have really wallets unless mom and dad buy it for them.
That's right.
This is the sled, I think, that is critical to the growth of our sport, and to do it safely.
Nice.
And I'm excited. A couple of weeks ago, we had a gentleman. He's around 55 years old, and he wants to go sledding with his buddies. And they said, "Get an 850, get an 850, get an 850."
Yeah, no.
He has never ridden a sled in his life.
Wow.
Okay, this is the type. I mean, as much as he couldn't keep up with them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But the idea is to really get them educated on the dynamics, the balance you need on a sled. It's not a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And
What size engine is in this? Sorry, I wasn't really paying attention when that was on.
so it is a 600, if I'm not mistaken. Just go to it.
So is
real
this
quick.
like replace the Sport?
It looks like it will be. It looks like it's the one that's coming to replace the Sport EFI. Go down. You'll see engines a little bit further down. Here we go. So
600 EFI. Yep.
yeah.
So it is.
This is taken, obviously with, and it's a Gen 4 platform.
Yeah, it is. It's a
Right.
Gen 4.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a Gen 4 platform.
That's because the actual, I was really impressed with the 600 EFI that came out, the Sport model in 2022. It was really neat. Let's
The
go
fuel
over.
economy on the EFI is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unreal. So I think it's going to do. It was one of our hot sellers this year. Again, the EFIs for rental program tours.
Yeah.
The Neo, I think, is just a sweet spot.
Nice.
It's perfect. I think it
Nice.
addresses exactly what they
Yeah.
want for.
See, I really like this look. I
Great
like.
price point.
Yeah. And I like it in the yellow there. That's beautiful, But
And-
there's a picture of the gauge right there, if you guys can see that. And the touch screen's incredible. I
Yeah,
mean, that's something that I don't mind the knob, the control knob on mine, but it's something that because we're spoiled with tablets and iPhones, you just kind of think
It's
if I could
intuitive.
only touch it. Yeah, it's intuitive.
for sure.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
you'll see actually in BRP came out with some gloves that obviously have the
nice.
tactile as well.
Yeah.
So it'll make it easy
Yeah.
to operate.
But I think styling wise, it's really good. And I mean, I remember when the Gen 4 launched and nobody liked that, or there was a lot of flack to it. I can't say nobody liked it, but there was a lot of joking around. And you've seen the memes on Facebook this morning when they revealed the spy pics, and it was the same thing that happened when the Gen 4 come out. But it's something that grows on you. And I think other models look out of place on the trail today and I love the look of the Gen 4.
Yeah.
So give it some time, because I really do think
Well,
I really do think that is
Yeah.
a dynamite looking machine right
Yeah,
there.
I always say this. I mean, when you're a fan, you're a fan. You don't have, if you don't like our product, don't buy our product. Other manufacturers may make good ones as well. However, that being said, there's an awful lot of people that love Skidoo.
Oh yeah.
That's what we call them, Skidoo trails. We don't call them Arctic
That's-
Cat, Polaris, Yamaha trails. So when you're on the Skidoo trail, you're on the
Yeah.
Skidoo trail.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but no, everybody makes a good product nowadays. Of course, it's quite competitive. We just happen to be the leader and have the lion's share of the market share.
Yeah.
And we feel our product is next to none. And then we're always ahead of the pack. We
Yeah.
seem to be leading, in every product category, whether it's the side by side, the Sea-Doos, we're always out there. So I got to thank BRP as a dealer. They're outstanding, great company to work with as a dealer. You will see there'll be even more coming out.
Yeah,
I'm sure,
that's
because
awesome.
if you heard what he said,
Yeah.
they're not done yet.
No.
This is the beginning of a bunch of launches that will be coming out.
That's awesome.
So it's fun to be a BRP dealer for sure.
Now, do you know if there's any changes to the Gen 5 as far as, is it a Gen 4 with new plastics, or is there really more behind the scenes of that
There's
machine?
a lot more to the scene. Based on what Bernard Guy was sharing with us, there's a lot more to it. So we'll dig in today, this afternoon, the team and I, to really understand the key differences. So we're better equipped to answer all of you. But yeah, there's a lot more. When BRP releases the next generation platform, it's just not next generation plastic.
That's right.
So it's not the decals and a few fancy colors. It's a lot more to it. There's a purpose to it. It's to reach the next best thing. Always.
Yeah.
And you can always count on them to do so that way. So
Well, and that's the thing, from the XP to the XS, people thought it was just a body change, a plastics change, and it wasn't.
it was not.
The whole front end was different. So
Correct.
that's when RAS was introduced. So
Yeah.
I think we're looking at the same thing here. it's going to be a different animal. I can't wait to find out the inner workings of these things and learn about how far Smart Shocks are going to go, because that is something I was excited about, to ride the two models back to back, a fully loaded Renegade with QAS quick adjust to a Renegade with Smart Shocks and do the comparison was just
It really
wasn't
appreciate the
compared.
difference
Yeah,
between
you
the
can.
two. Yeah,
You can
absolutely
for sure. So no, I think we're into big and better things here with the lineup. That's for sure.
Very good.
You know, and they did say they're going to come out with a new helmet every year for the next 7 years.
7 years.
And they started with 2 helmets this year. So it's 2 new ones and then and then another model of oxygen. So it's we are actually in good times right here with Ski-Doo and BRP.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I have someone who I
No
need to
problem.
talk to, but thanks, Gary. Always
No
great to
problem.
see you.
Thank you. And
As soon as the new 23 boxes come in, we'll be in touch. But before you leave today, we got to do your certificates.
For sure. Let's do that.
I'll go ordering for you. Sounds good.
Let's do that.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. I appreciate everyone. Really.
Yep. And
thank you for coming.
We'll get Jean-Luc back on in a bit. If once we get more information on the 2023, and if you guys have any questions you want me to ask Jean-Luc, or if you want me to ask the mechanics here, everybody's really approachable. We got Neil, the one mechanic. He's on the floor right now talking to customers. So that's what I love about Energy is they're hands-on, man. They don't hide behind the wizard cape in the back. They come out and talk to you and really treat you like your person here. So it's great. So
awesome.
Yeah. So Griffin Deschelle says no motor changes on the 2023 Trail Sled. Do you know about that?
It looks like no significant changes at this point. We're based on what we've seen today. Obviously, other than the small intro of smaller sled, but that would be aside.
Yep.
It really seems to be around the chassis and all the stuff that goes around it. Saw some new skis on some of the
of the
models that particularly the ones for out west for the mountain sleds. So there'll be, but I don't think there's significant changes. I mean, there really doesn't need to be. Our engines are awesome. They're really, really great.
Yeah, and they are. Why? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They say, right?
And we got a great variety. From the 600 EFI to the 600 RE Tech, 850, the 900 Ace, 600 Ace.
Yeah.
The 900 Ace Turbo R.
And reliability is really good with all models. Like it's something where they've actually taken out what's popular about the Mach Z and they've put it into a trail sled. So that's something Mike Gooley is commenting right now. He's a 900 turbo lover, and that's something that the new 900R turbo will have launch mode on it, launch control.
Yeah.
So that's something if you miss
but
on
only
your
available in the spring.
The spring order,
spring order only. So that's quite important. We wouldn't want to disappoint anyone if you're ordering what we call an in-season sled. Because perhaps you like the colors or the price point, nothing wrong with that. You can still order it as a spring check, but it won't have the fancy decals, and it certainly will not have that option, which a lot of people were hoping to have this year on a wide range of sleds. That's just not going to happen. But so order the spring sled as soon as you can.
We'll let Jean-Luc go. Thank you, Jean-Luc. Yeah, so it's pretty awesome, guys. And hey, Mike, it does look sick. I like the look of it. So. Mike Gooley, there's a line of kids sled. Lynx is coming full line. They've got a 4-stroke turbo for the Lynx. They've got a new gauge. They've got a 10-inch gauge on the trail sled lineup for Ski-Doo, and it's touchscreen. Now they've got a promise to come out with a new helmet every year for the next 7 years, and they've launched 2 new helmets already. A new version of Oxygen coming out, and look at the styling of the I've got a Renegade up here on screen, and look at the styling of that sled. They've taken what's nice about the Lynx and what's nice about the Rev XS, and they've married them together in the Gen 4. And you can see here, I like it. And the headlights are LED now, Mike Gooley's, and they are stacking. So there's 4 bulbs on the trail sleds. We have Gen 5. It's exciting. So 4-stroke in the Gen 5. Yeah, the 900R turbo is coming in there, and if you spring order, you can get launch control in that 900R turbo in the Gen 5 platform. So yeah, you're welcome. And any questions you have that you want me to ask Energy Powersports here or any mechanics, Shoot away. But thank you everybody for watching this this live stream. It was awesome to be part of this. Thank you, Energy Powersports, for having me down here and doing this live on location. It was a lot of fun. I get to talk to a lot of fans, a lot of customers of Energy Powersports, and learn about what they felt about their 22 sleds and what they're looking for the 2023. So anyway, if I will see you next week, and we look forward to seeing everybody then. So stay tuned. Thank you.